Hello everybody, welcome to the episode GPU from Hell. Why is this a GPU from Hell?
Because I can barely hear you speaking.
Now this is louder than my vacuum cleaner. And to avoid that you get questioned why you vacuum clean your room the whole day.
Hello? Hello? I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
I built a solution. Okay, if you follow the channel, you have already seen the easy solution. This was built out of two brackets, which you can screw on your GPU. This works already really well. But we in Germany love engineering. So why easy if you can do it complicated? So of course we over-engineered it. Let's start. As you've seen in a previous video, I already built this bracket. You can screw it down with the original screws. Now when screwed down the main bracket, we see here a big hole. And what do a big hole need? Absolutely correct. We need more holes. So I built a bracket with smaller holes for the big holes. Yeah, the smaller holes hold our fans. So basically you can screw it through and your fans are attached in this shroud. But the screws screwed my fans. So basically I have to screw down my fans 20, 30, 50, 100 times, maybe a million times. My fans got screwed up and the holes where you screw your screws in are doomed. We need to fix that. And why easy if we can do it complicated? Because we can. I built this kind of clip, which you can clip through this bracket and hold your fans in place. Also, it looks nice. There's something missing. Of course, magnets, because magnets are great. We need magnets. For what? You will see in a while. After we clipped our fans in place, this looks like this. We have a pulley bracket. We have a little bit of cable management. And then we can easily attach the whole bracket to the PWM connector and slide it in place. We can take a little spudger for help and massage the cables in. If they don't want to, you need to force them. They have to. Okay. Now, when everything is in the box, we have to place 8 screws . Now, when everything is screwed up and screwed down, it looks kind of ugly. So, why easy if we can do it complicated? And then I had an idea. We need magnets and we need covers. So, and the magnets are for this satisfying click. Okay, it's the first time, I swear. Okay, first time. Okay, again. Yes. Damn it.
Come on. Almost had it. Again. Nope. Nope.
Ta-da! So basically it snaps in place and then we have everything we wanted. But hey, if you build this card in our PC, we don't look at this beautiful face of the GPU. We are looking at this ugly top. And there I thought we have to make another decorative cover with the name of the project. I thought a little bit about it, and then I decided we need something easy, a really handy term, because German names sometimes are kind of difficult, and I don't want a crazy name. I just want something normal with a name you can easily remember. It calls Hochleistungsgrafikkartenkühlereinheit mit dreifach PWM-Lüftersteuerung und ABS-Lamellenkühlensystem. Easy, right? Just joking, you can name it how you want. We make it this way. But for now, we are ready with the assembly of the GPU, and we can start testing. Now let's compare the matrix. We see an output of hardware info and its logging. We have two graphs. The red one, it's the stock fan with the default power profile, and the green graph is the Noctua fan, also with the default power profile. The matrix are the GPU hotspot temperature, the GPU temperature, and the GPU clock speed. These are the matrix I think the most important. The benchmark scores, we will have a look at it a little bit later. What we see is that the red curve from the stock cooler is much lower than the green curve from the Noctua cooler. Basically, it means the GPU hotspot temperature is much higher with the Noctua fan. We see here in peak a difference of 6 degrees, and in average we see about 4 degrees higher temperatures on the Noctua fan. Also, we see that the general GPU temperature is also 5 degrees higher in peak and about 4 degrees higher in average. But what does it mean for our clock speeds? And I'm very surprised that this temperature difference doesn't nearly make any difference. So we get in peak only about 7 MHz lower for the Noctua fans, and in average we get about 40 MHz lower clock speeds. Now let's compare the loud profile. We see the red line is the stock fan and the green line is the Noctua fan, but this time with the loud profile. We see also here that the hotspot temperature in general bumped up And we have here a difference about 8 degrees, and it's nearly at the maximum of 100 degrees. So this 8 degrees difference is huge, and we see an average also a difference of 5 to 6 degrees. On the GPU temperature we see a difference of 5 degrees in peak and also a difference of about 4 degrees in average. And our clock speeds are also not really far off. So we see here a difference of 2 degrees in a peak and 10 degrees in average. This is nearly nothing. Although the GPU runs 4 to 8 degrees hotter, it's performing nearly identical to the stock fan. And now let's have a look at the last metric. It's our maximum test. It's where the fans got spun up to 100% and to see the potential what the fans are really capable of. We see here that the stock fans are handling the GPU much better than the Noctuas because the temperature are a good bit lower. So we see in a hotspot a difference of 7 degrees in peak and about of 8 to 9 degrees on average. On a GPU temperature we see 6 degrees difference in peak, and on average it's about also 8 to 9 degrees. But the clock speeds are again nearly identical. So we see we lose on the peak about 3 megahertz, and in average we lose about, we basically gain a little bit because our clock speeds are higher. I'm not really sure where it comes from, but I think it doesn't really matter because the benchmark results are speaking for themselves. As we have seen, the temperatures with the Noctua fans are higher, but the clock speeds are nearly identical, and also are the benchmark results. It doesn't matter which profile, basically there are nearly identical. We have peaks in one benchmark or the other, but in general here the stock wins and here the Noctua wins. Here the stock wins again, and here is the Noctua again in lead. So basically it's within measurement tolerances. So I would say from the numbers it's basically identical. But the goal of the project was to make this card silent, and this was a huge success. During the benchmarks, on average, we lost about 6 decibel in noise, and also in the maximum, we lost 6 decibel. With the loud profile, where the card gets more power, got hotter, and makes generally more noise, on average, we lost 12 decibels, and in maximum, we lost 14 decibel. This is humongous. And this was our last test where we bumped the fans to 100% fan speed, and this difference is huge. We lost here in the maximum, although it's an unrealistic scenario because it's nearly never the case that the fans are spinning up to 100%, but here we lost 18 decibels. This is huge, and because of that we reached our goal to make this card whisper silent even through maximum load. Let's come to the conclusion. Yes, of course, this is much louder. Yes, it's also the better cooling solution. But we can save almost 20 decibels and sacrificing nearly nothing. This 7 or 8 degrees in peak or 4 or 5 degrees in average are nearly nothing that affects our clock speeds. So basically, if we do not do overclocking, this is the much better solution because it's almost 20 decibel less loud, and if it's built in your case, it's nearly unhearable, whether this is really a real vacuum cleaner killer. But it keeps the card cooler. We are not finished yet. Please let me know in the comments which fans you think may be the better ones than the Noctuas. This is basically 92mm fans with PWM connector. And the next thing I like to know from you is which kind of design would you like to see on the card? So this is one possible solution. We can also do a white cover here. Or we can put the great name on that. It's also, I think it looks awesome. Let me know which designs and themes you may like to see, so maybe we can do a community project of that. If you have this card and loudness drives you nuts, then reach out for me and maybe we can do something to help you out. For now, I'm done here and I wish you a lovely day. Bye.
This isn't easy for me. I know we've been together a long time, but I found somebody else. Okay? I'm in love. Don't look at me like that. We could still be friends. You can come into my room whenever you want. We just can't. No. No! Okay, just one time. Yeah, that's it. Woo!